Hello, everybody, and welcome to Synergy Theater Online. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the Artistic Director of Synergy Theater. It is Friday night at 7:00 p.m. in beautiful California, where Synergy Theater is based. And that means it's time for one of our completely improvised plays. If you're watching us out there on YouTube or Facebook, thank you. We love you. We can't wait to do this awesome show for you tonight. If you're watching us on Facebook, sit back and enjoy. If you're watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and log into your YouTube account. That way you'll be able to chat with us just like Mike Valenza is doing right now. Hello, Mike. You'll be able not only to chat with us, but you will also be able to give us the suggestions that we're going to need for our improvised play tonight. So go ahead and log into your YouTube account. Say hello, and when we ask you for suggestions at the top of the show, please go ahead and type your responses right into the chat. Hello, Karen Harrell, thank you for being here. Hello, Arastu, thank you for being here. It's awesome to see our audience gathering. Tonight's show is a fan favorite and a company favorite that has appeared in 2 other seasons already, and we are delighted to bring it back again, one time only in our current season, and that is couples therapy. So we are going to get ready right now to start the show, and in order to do that, we're going to need some suggestions from you. So here's what's going on. It's COVID times, and that means our couple that is in need of couples therapy is meeting with their therapist over Zoom. Now, here is the first suggestion I'm going to ask from you, and that is, can you please suggest a location that was somehow, in some way, important to this couple at some point in their relationship? You don't have to tell us why it was important to them. We just need you to type into your YouTube chat a location that will somehow feature in the history of this couple. While you are thinking about that and while you're typing that into your YouTube chat, I'm going to go ahead and ask you for our next suggestion. You could start thinking about that one as we're getting the first one. The second suggestion that we're going to need from you tonight is a object, some object that is somehow important in the history of this couple. All right, the first one was a location, and the one that my eye caught first is the love canal. So somehow or other, the love canal is going to be featured in our show tonight. And I need to take a moment to say a special hello to Muriel Brownstein. Muriel, hello, just popped on. Thank you. Alan Beer, it's nice to see you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. The next suggestion was an object, and Karen Harrell has suggested a toilet brush, and that will be the object. So the location is a love canal. The object is a toilet brush. Muriel said a magic wand, but isn't a toilet brush kind of like a magic wand? I think it is. And finally, I have one more suggestion I need to ask you for tonight, and that is, what is something that one member of our couple said or did to the other one that caused a problem that finally brought them to therapy? What did one member of our couple say to the other one or do to the other one that caused the problem that brought them to therapy? Go ahead and type that in. While you're typing that in, I'll ask you to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done that yet. It helps us a lot if you do that. And at the end of the show, if you enjoyed the show tonight, please go ahead and like the video, because that helps us a lot as well. We are looking for something that one couple, a member of the couple did. All right, here it is. Alan Beer tells us that one of them cleaned the bathroom right. One of them cleaned the bathroom right. For some reason or another, cleaning the bathroom right led to them going to therapy. All right, my friends, let me review all of our suggestions and then I'm out of here so your show can begin. First of all, the location is the love canal. The object is a toilet brush. And what one person did to the other is they cleaned the bathroom right. My friends, please sit back and enjoy couples therapy.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. It's lovely to have you here.
Thanks.
So glad you made it. Can we just take a moment and celebrate that you're here? It's a very important step. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doctor. I agree. I hope Ansel agrees too.
I do. I think that the first step to solving any problem is talking about it and not being passive aggressive.
You would think that, yes.
Oh, excellent. Well, maybe we can even just start by getting to know each other a little bit. I'd love to tell you all about me, but
yeah.
Why don't you start?
Okay. Well, first, Doctor, are you married?
I was married. Actually, I've been married 4 times, and so I have experience with marriage. Since you asked, my first marriage was a complete disaster, and it's actually why I got into couples therapy, because I felt like maybe if someone had talked to me first before I just headed into marrying the first person that I ever dated, I would have had a shot. And it took me a while to extricate myself from that relationship. But then my second relationship would have been great. It would have been great if it weren't for that Karen woman who came around. I don't actually think it was his fault. I think she just sort of wrapped him around his finger. Oh, no, I saw that sigh. As I say, why don't you start?
Thank you, Doctor. So, yes, Ansel and I, well, we've been together for about 5 years.
5 years.
We've been engaged for 3 months.
Oh, congratulations. So that's newish.
Yes, finally.
Well, how did you meet?
Well, I love this story. I really love how Ansel tells it.
Well, yeah, I was kind of on a vacation with some friends and we stopped at a carnival and there were 3 of us and they had this kind of love canal ride and it only sat 2 people and I was kind of like the awkward third. So I got paired with a lovely woman. And Greta actually was working the ride and she was the one who sat us next to each other.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. It was a little bait and switch there for a minute. You always tell the story that way because, for a minute I thought the lovely woman would have been you, Greta.
I love the way that he tells that story.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You don't find it just a little passive aggressive that he would talk about a lovely woman and then
he loves talking about other lovely women. The whole relationship is just all about how many great women there are.
Can we preface this, Dr. Grunstein? I'm a model scout, so my job is to seek new talent in the world of fashion and runway models. So I'm always looking for, the next beautiful woman to bring into the fold. And this woman on the boat, she was perfect for this.
I'm sorry, somehow, yeah, it's taking me a little bit to catch up with you. I feel like I'm always just a step behind. So you're a model scout, not a model scout. It's not like you're a really good Eagle Scout or Boy Scout. You scout models. That's right?
Yes. Well, yeah, I don't think what you said exists, does it?
A model scout?
Yeah, like Boy Scouts, but for models?
Why don't we keep going? So you
Okay.
sat next to this lovely woman.
Yes,
Greta
and then
was working the ride and sat
it
you
was
together.
a terrible accident happened, and thankfully I was there. But the boat just stopped, like, and an unknown object flew somehow and hit that woman in the head.
Oh dear.
So I, the ride had to stop for a while, and so this poor woman who Ansel was sitting next to, she had to get, taken away in an ambulance. She was okay, but
Yeah. It was unfortunate. She was very tall. She had the model physique, and if she was shorter, like Greta, of course, it would have never hit her head.
but thankfully, I mean, yes, it did hit her head, sadly.
I mean, who
Anyways,
knows
the culprit
what?
was never caught.
Yeah, I mean, something between the two of us could have happened. If she wasn't whisked away to the hospital, we'll never know.
But it didn't. And so we met then.
Yeah, I was kind of like, it was weird. It was almost like Greta was kind of like a rebound from that. Like, we had a really good
I'm sorry.
talk. Right.
I'm sorry. Greta, did you throw something at that model and hit her in the head?
No.
I'm just getting this image somehow in the way you're telling this story.
It was an unknown culprit.
No, I understand that's what you said. I'm getting this vision. Sometimes I get visions. I'm getting this vision of you swinging something and having it hurtle through the air.
That was the lifesaver, obviously. I had to,
my bad.
for the life after she fell in, I threw the lifesaver, and
of course
she was safe,
and she was fine. So you saved her. Is that what
I saved her life? And that's why Ansel fell in love with me a short 3 years later after we had been dating.
On and off.
Tell me about that. Why don't you?
More off than on, but
So it was a beautiful day. When I told Ansel how much I loved him, it was a whirlwind to me. We were on our third date, and we went to a coffee shop, and they seemed to know Ansel really well there, and they were surprised, to see me there. But I told him I loved him, and unfortunately he had another meeting that day, but it was really beautiful when I saw his eyes gleam and react to it.
Caffeine does that to me.
Oh, so it wasn't her eyes. I have visions, and then I also sometimes have trouble visualizing things when they don't quite gel. Could you show me that moment of meeting there and saying you loved him and falling in love? Because I'm not quite.
Yeah. Oh,
at the coffee shop, you're saying?
I take some community theater improv classes, so I'm really well trained for this.
I think I'd like to revisit this moment.
Rumilda, yes, yeah, we'll have the usual. Thank you. Yes, you're lovely.
Oh, I'm Greta, by the way.
Yeah.
Not Candy. Ansel, after all of the incredible dates that we've had, and the moment that I saw you first flailing over that love canal boat, I knew I love you and I want to marry you and have your babies. I love you.
Wow. Greta, I'm so sorry. I remembered I had a meeting. I'm super duper late. But ditto to what you said. Oh
God, it must be some model emergency.
Yeah.
Okay, time out.
And scene.
This is totally my third husband.
You were married to Ansel, or?
No, I'm
I
sorry.
think I would have remembered that.
My third husband was a founder of one of his startup.coms, and he became like a billionaire really quickly, and he had people falling all over him. And we had just started dating, and he felt obligated to me because he liked to think of himself as a nice guy, but really he wanted to ditch me for all of the people who are now interested in him, who were totally not interested in him when he was just a smart nerd who sat in a basement somewhere. But I really cared about him and I loved him, so I kept telling him that I loved him and sticking with him. But he was not interested in that anymore because he just wanted the shiny new thing. I would say I love you, he would say like, oh yeah, ditto. Greta, you've taken improv class. You should know what it means to be present. Were you present in this moment when you said, I love you? What did you get back?
I was very present. I saw in his eyes the flash of someone who was determined to think about what I just told him.
And that's
And
enough
to
for
say
you.
it eventually. And he did say it eventually. But he
Very
really
good.
wanted, it meant more, you see, after 3 years, because it, you know, it was 3 years of love built up. So once he finally did say it, it just meant so much.
All right, well, maybe we should just cut to the chase. Why are you here?
All right. I think it's kind of silly, but you know, Greta and I, we've been living together and we kind of split chores. You know, every other day we have a different chore: take out the trash, do the laundry, dishes. Usually she's the one who does the bathroom cleaning. And I feel like she doesn't do a very thorough job. Like, it's just not enough for me. So on my day to do it, I thoroughly cleansed it, top to bottom, Lysol, bleach, the whole deal. And she got angry that it seemed like I was being passive aggressive about how she cleaned.
Were you being passive aggressive about the way you
No.
cleaned?
Oh, yes, he was. I wasn't.
Ansel?
I don't see how the way that I clean should be an indication about how I feel that she cleans, just because I did it much more thoroughly and better, and I got those brown smudges out.
I have a bowel problem, Ansel. It's a medical issue.
Well, Greta, I could recommend a diet that some of the models that I train go through. They have perfect bowels. Their colons are sparkly clean, as if I cleaned them myself.
Greta, I'm wondering if maybe I could have a moment alone with Ansel.
Yes. I'll go to the waiting room, I guess.
Thank you. All right, give it to me straight, kid. Do you love this woman?
I do. It's kind of hard to talk about this, Doc, but I don't know. I've been in the modeling business for a while now, and I always had this dream that I would end up with this beautiful, like 6'2", slender, elegant model. And I don't know, it never worked out. And I met Greta, and she had all these things that I didn't think I wanted, like a personality and being kind and not being materialistic. But part of me kind of wants those things in a woman.
Shallow, surface beauty without a soul and a personality.
You nail on the head.
Just like my Jeffrey. I understand.
But what happened with Jeffrey? Where is he now?
Oh, he cheated on me most of the 18 months we were married and then left me on vacation in Maui. But he was beautiful.
you don't think that I'm being shallow, right?
Hansel, here's what I think. I think the heart wants what the heart wants. And just like Gustave Flaubert said, the heart, like the stomach, wants a varied diet. And if you are going to become a vegan, a Greta vegan, you need to.
Well, I actually am a vegan, but continue.
Oh, well, then you know what I'm talking about. If this is a good sign, Ansel, if you are able to make the commitment to Gretaism the same way you've made a commitment to veganism, then perhaps you can be very happy in the sacrifice that you are making for a higher cause. But if you are still attached to those cravings, if you're going to want to be eating eggs and dairy and milk and cheese and butter, then you are setting her up and yourself for some very painful moments and a lot of midnight raids of the ice cream tub.
Wow. I don't know. I think I just need help. My whole life, I've kind of had this warped idea of what makes for the right kind of woman for me. Why I was so interested in kind of fashion and beauty growing up. I had this idealized version of the woman I would end up with ever since I was like 12 years old. Like I could picture her in my mind. And Greta isn't that picture. And part of me deep down, like that 12-year-old still wants to be with, beautiful Farrah Fawcett type person.
I have an idea. Why don't we invite her back in?
Okay.
Thank you,
Hi.
Greta.
Have you guys been saying good things about me?
Well, what do you think, Hansel? Have we been saying nice things about Greta?
Well, I don't know if we really discussed you too much. I talked about how you had a personality that I liked and that you're kind to me.
Here's what I'd like to see, Ansel. Would you like to share with Greta what you just shared with me about your 12-year-old fantasy? I'm thinking if you do, maybe we can do a little activity and purge it.
Before that happens, I feel like I need to talk to you in private.
Oh,
can I have my moment with you?
Sure, absolutely.
Doc?
Yeah.
I feel like I should explain something, and maybe it hasn't been very clear. When I saw Ansel on that ride, and I knew that I wanted him because I spent my entire life imagining this perfect man, and he looked exactly like what I imagined. I always imagined this, 6'5", beautiful, handsome man who works in the modeling agency and is a Lothario. It's what I have always wanted. And you see, I had to go get it. And I did throw a water bottle at that woman's head.
No shit.
I'm sorry. But you see, Ansel's just the perfect image of exactly who I've always wanted to be with.
Yeah, bummer for you. All right.
Sometimes I think 5 years into this thing that maybe, this thing that I've been wanting my whole life, this perfect image Ansel, is just not exactly what I want in real life. Like maybe there's more. Maybe there's someone with, a personality who's kind to me. Maybe there would be someone like that out there for me. And maybe, what I've been wanting my whole life is wrong. I don't know.
All right, look. Do you want to smack him into shape and get him to be that kind of guy who will be there for you and treat you well and recognize how valuable you are or not?
I do. I'm just not sure that he's someone who could do that. He's not a very kind person. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do. Well, okay. So we have a choice. We can either kick his ass out now, or we can put him through his paces and see if we can turn him around and make him recognize the gem of a thing that he has, who's been this close to committing murder for him on first sight. So
yes, I think that that's the best idea. I mean, men can change, right? I mean, if you don't like someone exactly how they are, it's better to just
manipulate them, mold them,
change them.
put them around your finger.
Yes, I can change someone who's not very considerate and nice and is shallow into someone who's not. And,
Yep.
I don't have to be, as shallow as I am.
Oh, baby, you got, however shallow you might be, you've got it heads and shoulders above the model, forgive the pun, given that you're shorter. I'm just saying, I think we have it. We owe it to ourselves and our sisters to, be dominant over the guys any chance we get.
Yeah, let's change him.
Let's change him.
You're
All
in
right.
this with me, doctor. Okay, you can bring him back.
All right.
So here's what I thought we might do. I want you to imagine a scale. And on the one side, you've got your beautiful beloved Greta. And on the other side, you have your fantasy that you created when you were a 12-year-old boy. I'll play your fantasy since I'm the only other person here. And I just want you to go back and forth, saying what you love about each one of us, having a little bit of conversation. And at the end, you're going to decide which one you keep and which one you let go. How does that sound to you, Ansel?
I'd like to give it a try.
All right, here we go.
Wow, Christy, I'm so happy I finally got to work with you.
Lick the boots.
You want me to lick your boots?
Lick the boots, slug. Kick.
Ah, okay. You kicked me?
Yeah.
That right. Greta.
Yes.
Do it. You look nice today.
Thank you. You're smart.
And you're smart?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I supposed to say things I'd actually say, or is she's feeding me lines?
Go ahead.
Ansel, you can do this.
Real
Come on.
conversation that you would really have. What do you really appreciate about Greta? How would you really treat her? What do you really appreciate compared to this fantasy? What's actually reality to you that you value?
Right. Greta, I know you were upset about how thoroughly I cleaned the bathroom, but I just wanted to point out you do some great things in there too, like the new toilet brush you bought. I thought was very thoughtful. I think it was one I recommended to you, and I'm glad you listened to me and actually bought it. All right. Can I stop talking about the toilet and talk to the model again, or?
Sure. Let's go back to the model.
So, Christy,
Huh?
your figure has always inspired me since I was a child. I mean, it brought me through puberty. I just want to thank.
Did you clean the bathroom?
Well, I'm a model scout. I'm not your assistant, but I can-
Yes. If you want to be in a relationship with me, you're doing everything. Go clean the bathroom.
Doctor, I can't do this. Ansel, you know what? You're not the person that I want. You're not the person that I wanted to fall in love with. The truth is, you're just not a very good person. And you know what? I am better than you. Yes, I am better than you. You know, I'm sorry. It takes a lot to say that, but you know, I don't really like you very much. You're not a very nice person. I really only liked you for your looks. I can't believe I was so dumb as to just fall in love with someone just for their looks. And you know what? I don't really want to get married to you anymore. So take that. And by the way, I was once asked by a scout on the street to audition for a local commercial. So yeah, I'm pretty too.
Well,
how does that feel? Huh? It's finally out. I'm better than you.
Greta, I'm sorry. I thought this is what you wanted. You showed me your journal growing up, how you wanted 6'5" Lothario. I was trying to be that for you, like you said. I don't know where I went wrong. You want me to be perfect and you want me to be relatable at the same time. I can't be both.
Wait, are you saying that you're putting on this whole thing about the models and stuff just to please me?
Well, I mean, part of that is true about me. I can't hide everything, but yeah, of course. I don't know if I've ever showed you the real me. I don't know if I was ready for that because I needed to put out that false exterior. That's so much about being a model. It's so much what I teach and train the models is that there's you and then there's the person that you present yourself as. And you can never let people see the real you. You need to put this version out at all times because that is what makes the money. That's what keeps you in the spotlight.
Wow. Show me your true self. Uncle.
Sorry. Something just fell in my room. That was weird timing. That day when I was at the carnival with my friends, we had to decide who was going to go solo, and we were going to play rock, paper, scissors. And I volunteered to step back because I saw you standing there operating the ride. And I kind of just wanted the extra, 10 seconds to be there next to you. And I never told you that. And I kind of hid it behind the fact that I was standing next to this beautiful model. I guess I should have told you that.
Thank you. I have to admit something to you. You're never going to believe it. I know this is going to come as a huge shock. Take time to process it, but I threw that bottle at the woman. Sorry.
You're the one who gave Cassandra that concussion?
Yes, but don't you see that it's what had to happen for us to be together and then for us to go there and And now, and to be here. And yeah, it had
Greta,
to happen.
you know that woman had a serious brain injury. She has never been the same since. She hasn't been able to model. And that's a little extreme.
Yeah, but she's back in school.
Yeah, but she's like at a 4th grade level. She's learning how to read again. Okay, cool. Just, it's very vindictive.
Yeah, but you said that you loved me for who I am, right? And that you shouldn't. You said that in the end it was bad to hide behind the person that you're pretending to be, and that you should just be, right? That's the point of what you were saying, is that you should just be who you are on the outside. You're in the inside outside, and that's what I was doing.
Greta, when we were broken up for those 3 weeks, and I went on a date with Zelda St. Clair, and then after our date, she got hit by a car, which I thought was a freak accident. Did you have anything to do with that?
It was an awful, terrible. Okay, fine, I did it. I didn't hit her with my car. I stood across the street. I knew what time that she was going to be leaving the restaurant because I watched you guys eat at the restaurant. I timed it out from when you got the check to when she would be walking away. So I went on the corner of the street. I had pre-mapped it out, and I had a little, compact mirror with me. And then I shined the light reflecting into the driver's car. It's not what he does
Greta,
after that. It's not my fault.
Okay, I really need you to answer this right now and be straightforward. When I was on my road trip with Dale and Carter, I posted an Instagram post where we were headed. We weren't supposed to stop at that carnival, but we got a flat tire. We stopped and we went there. You didn't have anything to do with that, right? Like, you didn't have some weird plan where you were stalking me online, trying to get me to meet you somehow.
Look. Okay. So I may have been stalking you on Instagram for a couple of years before that. And yes, I might have lined the road with nails, then snuck into the carnival.
You didn't even work there?
Snuck into the carnival, slipped around and tied the people who were working on the love tunnel in the hallway, taken control of the ride, arranged so that you would be next to that other woman. I knew that I was a good shot. I had the water bottle ready, but they were all okay in the end. So what's the harm done? And it's what had to happen to get us to the part where we met and then dated and then had been together for 5 years and got engaged, hello, and are here in therapy because that's what had to happen. No hiding on the inside, outside, right? Like you said.
I'm sorry, Dr. Grunstein, do you have like a diagnosis for whatever all of that was? Because that sounded really weird.
I would like to acknowledge that I am a mandatory reporter. And so if I in any way feel like you are in danger or other people are in danger, this is not completely confidential. I just want to make that clear. I would also like to say that honesty is good. We start with honesty, and it is a foundation. We can only go forward if we are being honest with each other. So called it.
So all honesty.
I just want to say, for the record, I called it about the bottle. So I'm glad we have it all out on the table.
For all honesty, if we're putting it out there, okay, fine. So I may have hacked into your Zoom account and listened to the part where you guys were talking alone and actually was able to watch the entire thing. And I heard what he said about wanting a model. And so then I was able to plan exactly what I was going to say to get you, doctor, to help me to try to change him into wanting me. And then I realized that the best way to go about that would be if I lied and said that I thought I was better than Ansel. And just if we're
Well,
trying
that
to
would have been
get
fine
all
if you
honesty on the
stopped
table.
there. That would have been fine if you just stopped there. But you see, now what you've done is tell us both that you're a psycho killer. Excuse me.
Nobody has died. So
It isn't
I think that it's a little bit of
exactly
an
the most
exaggeration.
sensitive or clinical language. I'm just getting a little bit triggered.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore, Greta. You said no one died? My great grandma passed away 3 years ago, and I had just been visiting her and she'd been hugging me. Did you get jealous that my grandma was hugging me and you did away with her, Greta?
No, okay. Obviously I was jealous, but she died anyways.
Okay. It seems to me that truth is a foundation. Another foundation is safety. So I think what we need to do right now, Ansel, is make sure that you are safe. And where are you staying right now?
Greta, why did the thing that fell off my wall fall exactly where my pillow is? Not that bed, of course, because I got a 2-bed room. Not that I was going to have anyone else here. I like the extra space, but
Okay,
you were like,
so we're trying to be all honest, everything on the table. I went ahead to the hotel that you're staying at, planted some listening devices and a camera, and I may have been able to push a button to make that thing fall on the pillow. Look, I think it's so good that we're being honest with each other here, because this is a new step in our relationship. You know, neither of us are hiding behind, you know, that exterior anymore, right?
Greta, I think I need to talk to Dr. Grunstein alone for a second.
Well, we know that we're bugged, but I've texted you, Ansel. Some
Okay,
instructions.
I'll be right back. I just hope that your Zoom has better security now.
Yes, all right, hang on one second. Let me put on some settings. All right. I think that we are on a secure line now.
Okay. This is something I maybe should have brought up a while ago, but Greta has been a very insecure person all her life. We've had long conversations about this, but kind of the whole modeling thing hit her hard too when she was a preteen, and she was very insecure about her appearance and men liking her. And I think even she's expressed to me sometimes that she was worried that she loved me, but I would never love her because of her appearance, which it isn't true. And I know all that it was very weird, and it was like a Machiavellian plan to get us together, but I don't know, I kind of sympathize with, I don't know, when I was 12, what I would have done to go on a date with Christy Brinkley. I might have done some weird stuff if I wasn't so stupid. Maybe we shouldn't judge her so harshly if she was so in love with me that she concocted this series of events.
Now I'm ashamed. I was so concerned about your safety and societal norms about behavior that I completely lost track of what you were saying. Of course, it was all about love and passion and fulfilling our fantasies. Who hasn't been there? And so what I hear you saying is that you have actually discovered the depth of your feelings for Greta.
I don't know if this is like a weird kink, Doc, but someone trying so hard to be with me as their soulmate or something feels kind of nice. It almost feels like I was kind of idolized like a model.
Well, I can tell you that if at least 3 or 4 of my 4 husbands had had that reaction to me, I would be a happily married woman right now. So if you can go back and share that vulnerability with your fiance, we just might be on the road to a happy marriage. You want to give it a try? Let's call it back in.
All right, Greta, I'm sure you can hear us, but can you come?
That was beautiful, you two. Look, while you guys were talking, I, thought I should send a text and let that poor woman who I hit on the head know that I was the one who did it to her, and offered to pay for all of the medical treatment and so she can call the cops and take me away.
My goodness.
Oh,
Very honest and courageous thing to do.
Talking to you has made me realize that chasing someone so viciously and doing so many things and leaving, so many models and rodents in the wake, it's not good. So anyways, hopefully I can pay my way out of that, and then we can be together at last.
Greta, I'm sorry that society kind of twisted you into this person who felt like you could never be with me unless you forced it to happen. I just want to let you know, and maybe this will be a shock, but I think there was a world where we could have ended up together without you having to injure so many people and potentially plot my death.
Hansel, you've just made me so happy.
Beautiful. Well, as Zsa Zsa Gabor said, in this world, a little crazy helps to keep you sane.
Yeah.
And I think that the 2 of you have found your perfect matching crazy.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I'm gonna
I do make
go into my bathroom and
calls.
throw away all of those chemicals I have. And
You do that, and
Oh,
please
shit.
be in touch. As I say, I do make prison calls, so happy to.
You know what, Greta, I'm going to leave this hotel room and I'm going to come see you right now. I'm just worried there's like a tripwire thing here.
So step over and
Yeah.
then make sure when you leave the room, just take a right. Don't go left. Go right.
Go.
And then
Okay.
Don't go in the elevator.
All right. Well, okay. You get ready and I'll be there.
Thank you, baby.
All right.
Thanks, doctor. You've saved our future marriage.
Well, I wish you the best, and come back anytime.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. She said right?
Just look what you're going. Look, watch where you're going.
I'm going to go right. I'm sure I'll be fine.
I think that's right. Well, as Zhuangzi said, those who realize their folly are not true fools.
That is our show, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Let's call out our cast for a big bow on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was awesome. And I get to say that because I wasn't in it. I was just watching. I have to tell you, I was laughing so loud. My friends, playing Ansel for us tonight is Griffin Beer. Playing Dr. Grunstein for us tonight is Kat Coppett. And playing Greta for us tonight is, in fact, the director and the one who conceived this awesome show and brought it to us. And that is Valerie Regalia. Take a moment to stand up wherever you are and clap loudly for these 3 people. My friends, we are here every Thursday and Friday at 6 and 7 with an all-new improvised show. Please come back and watch us again. I'm going to put out an important save the date announcement. Save the date. And that date is June 12th. Saturday, June 12th is Synergy Theater's first summertime Gallapalooza, an online interactive fundraising event, and you are invited. And I'm not talking to everybody out there in the audience, I'm talking to you. So on Saturday, June 12th, we're going to be selling tickets, and this is going to be a fun, interactive online activity. We'll have games and breakout rooms and activities, a talent auction where you get to pay money to make people in Synergy Theater do absolutely ridiculous things, and then we're going to round it all off with a show. Saturday, June 12th, Synergy Theater's Summertime Gallapalooza. Please look for information coming to you about that on our Facebook streams and also in our email newsletter that we send out each week. If you want to take an improv class, go to synergytheater.com and take one. And in the meantime, if you can't wait to start donating to Synergy Theater, go to Support Synergy Theater on our website. Anything you can give us at any time is always a great help. My friends, please like this video on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel. Please stay safe, healthy. We are this close, everybody. We are this close. Always remember that Synergy Theater loves you. Good night.